Christina Within the Garden, and we're going to be working on this bed today. It is completely overgrown, midsummer, have to do cutbacks, and I want to show you some of the perennials that I'll be working on that you can cut back if you're having the same situation. Let's go take a look. That's not the problem necessarily. This is a dogwood, which we could cut back, but as you can see, this is all the anise hyssop. That is crazy. That's a big weed. We were out of town for a few weeks, for the record. So if you think we leave these big weeds, we try not to. All the Shasta daisies need to get cut back today. All of the lavender needs to get cut back. So this is what the bed looks like. When it gets this overgrown, because we don't have direct drip systems that are in the bed, we have ones that pop up. This kind of growth will block most of the watering. So let me show you. So we've got definitely all the weeds for the ground spurge, all of the Shasta daisies, all of this beautiful lavender. And because the lavender is kind of huge, it's blocking the hydrangeas from getting water. So let's look at the side. Random sunflowers, rose bushes, completely out of whack. And this is Scabosia, which is really nice. And honestly, you could go through and pick it all off. But these are all seeds. Like, let me show you. This is a seed. That didn't work. Hold on. One-handed. Okay. Okay, those are seeds. And they're going to drop all over. And it's so much that we just need to kind of cut everything back. Weed. We've been out of town for a few weeks of camping, so take a good look. Asher's gonna help me. Sunflowers we did not plant. These are volunteers from last year. Here's a volunteer right in the middle of the row. I didn't plant any of what you're seeing. This is all just growth from the perennials that we get every year. All right, so take this as the before. Weeds. The tree is huge now. We planted these trees. This is our lilac. This is the biggest this lilac has ever been. I'm so happy about that. When it gets a little bigger, I'll trim it up so that it's more up and in tree form. And these Shasta daisies are totally spent, so you can cut them all the way back down to the ground. And I'm going to do the same with all of the, gosh, it's like bachelor's button, anise hyssop. All the color is like, look at that. That's a mini mauvette. It's supposed to be mauve color. And I'm wondering if it's just not getting enough water and it's not doing so well. So you can barely see the inside parts. Here's that eucalyptus I always grow. Doing really well. Okay, we'll get to work.
what happened to the first child?
Do back and what? It was much cooler there. It was almost cold. Oh, really?
Power is an ambiguous line.
Okay, well, it's an absolute mess in a way at this point, but all the Shasta daisies are taken down to about 6 inches here. All of the anise hyssop is taken out. I think this wasn't getting water. This should be a mauve color. Oh, it's terrible. And then the lavender smelled amazing when we were cutting it back. This spot is a little too much, so we kind of stopped there. And in the winter, we take it back all the way to that point. Now, if you wanted to have lavender that you can cut back to the ground every year, I'm sure I have stuff in my hair. If you wanted lavender to cut back down to the ground every year, you need to do that the first year. We let ours grow for the first few years, so as you can see, this is woody growth, and once the woody growth's there, you can't really get rid of it. If you cut it back, it could kill the plant. So this point, we're gonna leave it. That is a hydrangea that was not getting water, so I'm gonna leave it and see if it rebounds, even if it gets some small growth. There's some tiny leaves that are budding out, and next year it'll do better. Every year I get hydrangea and put them in the ground for the first year, they do this. They get really like exhausted from the heat, but then after that they rebound. So we cut that. All of this needs to be raked out, blown out, but because as you can see it's getting dark, we're not going to do that tonight. But this is our lavender hedge, and in the future these will poke out, and those are going to be strawberries and cream. That is our lamb's ear. Those are our peonies. You come around, it's kind of our bed. These rocks are native rocks that we're trying to create the perimeter with. Cut back all the Shasta daisies, all the cut back all the scabiosa or scabotia, depending on how you say it. Deadheaded the rose bush, cut all of the sunflowers back up to the line. There was some outside of the line. You can see the eucalyptus right there and the lilies. So with that, that is cutbacks midsummer. And that was the kids helping and Joe helping, and we got it done in like an hour and a half. But it is a lot of work. It's really hot, and it is just a lot of fun. I really love this lavender, and when you cut it, it smells amazing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.